Hey everybody, it's the Redstone Wizard here again, bringing you another Redstone tutorial. Today, what I got for you is classified as a shulker box autocrafter, originally named from Ilmango. This is my take on it, and it was more to be able to make it work. So, yeah. But, yeah, no, pretty much what it does is it's a way for us to take a shulker box, craft up the items, and throw it in another shulker box. That's it. It's all still manual crafting. There is no automatic portion of this other than having to load and other than pulling the items out of a shulker box, loading it, and crafting it. Everything else is automatic. You don't even have to worry about it. So let's take a look. Now, the way that I have this set up right now is just so that I can just stand right here and I'm able to access everything. I'm able to access my chest with the items I'm going to craft. I'm able to access the shulker box with the craftable items, a crafting table, and a shulker box of things that are crafted. I have a small stockpile of shulker boxes back there, and you can actually have it set up where you can access it. So to use this, pretty much what I recommend is if you're going to do a lot of crafting real fast, just take everything and just throw it on the floor. And that's what the water stream's for. It's just so that I don't have to do anything. But after a few moments, we're going to get a new shulker box. Now, here's the nice thing about this shulker box system. And this is the same way with the loader shulker box. I can be in the UI. I can be in the shulker box UI while and still be doing things and not see anything. I just stuck an item in there just so that you guys could see. Open it now, because there's an item in there. It's still open. It's still there. And now there's no items, and as soon as there's no items, it breaks and we get another one. But I had it empty the entire time. I had it empty for a good amount of time. So let's empty this one. This is empty. I'm still in the UI. I'm able to handle things on my end here and not worry about it. But I'm able to put things in, adjust things, and not worry about it. And then as soon as it closes, it breaks, a new one is dispensed. And that's the whole point. And now, the easiest way to do this is just go into your crafting menu, go to search, go for the item that you want to search for, type it all out if you need to, and then just shift-click it until you craft up everything in your inventory. And picking things up and crafting those. And if you end up running out of space, all you have to do is just come over here and just shift click them in. And again, this is full. And I'm still in the UI with a full shulker box. Close it, hold it just to show you that it's not. And now close it with it being full. It pulses, and now we got an empty shulker box. And no, this is not. And I don't have anybody else on here saying, "Oh, break it now." Yeah, I'm not. I wouldn't do that to you guys. So let's take a look. Now, what we got here is the setup. We have our shulker boxes that are full of iron ingots going into a hopper, going into a dispenser. This is just a setup so that the first one goes in, it can dispense it out. And if something happens, we have a button here that we can say, hey, I need another shulker box. We have an armor stand that when we activate the shulker box, let me get in a better position. When we open up the shulker box, it actually lifts up. So we don't have, and because it lifts up, it activates this tripwire hook, which then closes this piston, retracts this piston and this block, which prevent it from the observer, which is the activation for this entire system. Now for the loader one, you can adjust it as much as you want. You can have it where, like, oh, I only want to have half a shulker box loaded in here before it breaks, and still load up a full one. That's strictly up to you. But if we activate it, this cuts off the circuitry for that, and then when it's closed, it activates. You can't use this setup over here. You have to have an activation setup and a non-activation setup. A checker and an activation, so much easier to build, a little more redstone. But yeah, the whole thing is they get registered via the tripwire, so that's the whole premise behind it. And like I said, you can actually just get your items. And if you happen to, like, oh, I still need this, break it. And I got that shulker box. So, what do you say, guys? Let's get to building this thing. Alright, guys, we're back. And like always, everything we need to build the device is inside the shulker box. Now, this is actually two devices following the same concept. There's just some slight changes. So I'm going to be building them separately. You can connect them as close as I got them. This is as close as you can get them. There is no there's no way to compact it a little more to be able to get it in there. So keep that in mind. But you can use one of them or both of them. It's strictly up to you. So let's take a look. You're going to need the redstone block is used for power level for the comparator. You can switch this out for another set. 2 regular pistons. And I forgot one little thing. And we're going to need 1 fence gate. Very important. The fence gate is very important. 2 dispensers, 6 snow layers, and this is just the 6 snow layers are just so that we can block the shulkers from landing on a ledge. 6 chests, stairs for decoration, 1 crafting table, 5 hoppers. The slabs are for decoration and things like that, and also some of them, and 2 of them are for blocking. You can use solid blocks if you want. 2 buttons, 2 armor stands, 2 pieces of string, supposed to be 4 tripwire hooks. I don't know what happened to the last one. 7 observers, 5 droppers, and this is for a dropper elevator. Some of these are for that too. Might not need all of this. 6 comparators, 3 sticky pistons, 2 repeaters, 7 torches, 4 dust, a bunch of blocks to build with. The powered rails are for for signal detection for the observers. 2 hopper mine carts, and that's just item collection, and 2 rails, 2 of any type of rail you want to place the mine cart on, and a shulker just for testing purposes. So the first thing is we're going to pick our spot, pick our level, and floor level is going to be right here. This is going to be your floor level. You can have it up by at least a half a block, and we're just going to encase the shulker. There we go. Now, when we dispense this, we need to make sure that it is going onto a solid block. Because if we, let me get my dispenser out. If we put a solid block up top, throw that in there, power it, it's going to end up upside down. If we put a solid block behind it and a hopper right there, let me grab another shulker and dispense it. It's going to end up sideways, so we need it to be on a solid block for that reason, so that we can open it where it opens upwards. Okay, so take your shulker box, place it right there, and if you want to, you can break it now and replace it later, which I will do. I just need to grab myself another shulker. Place your observer, your dispenser on one side, and a piston on the other. Put a solid block back to here, and a solid block right there with a comparator on it. This is your detection comparator. How you set it up is up to you. So if we come over here, we have it where it says it has to be full for it to work. This one says it has to be empty for it to work, using inversion signals and all sorts of things. That's what it is. So from here, we need to get whatever block you want. These right here are just so that you can stop the items from getting stuck on the up here and not having the system work. It's to reduce it. And if you want to, you can use, like I did in over there, slabs. But yeah, then take 3 snow layers and place it there. This is just high enough for the armor stand to work. Now, go up above the snow layers. Place a solid block and a both of these are just temporary. place a fence gate in line with a hole right above the hole, and grab your armor stand and place it down. Grab your pistons. Grab pistons, set it there, and just power it. And now it's aligned. All you have to do is take that out, it will drop. It may look like it's sitting on the bottom layer. It is, but no items will be able to reach high enough to be able to land on the ledge there. And that's the whole point. So now we need to go above where the armor stand is and place a string. And next to the string, on one side, we're going to just leaving a 1 black gap. One of them has to be solid, your choice on it, but both of them can be. And connect your tripwire hooks. Now, just to show you guys that this is supposed to be the way it is, I'm going to throw this in there, grab my buttons, throw it there, open it up, and now I have a regular piston there. As soon as I open it and close it, that piston is activated and move the block. So then you just cover up the front however you want. Now, to do a loader, and to do a unloader, what you need to do is place a block in front of this. On the piston side, we'll grab an observer on the bottom part of the slab, place it there, place a block on it. We can use whatever method we want to say, okay, check and see if something's going on there. And grab a torch on the other side of where the piston is, place it down, place a block on top of that, throw a dust on top of that, and grab your sticky pistons on next to the dust, sticky piston with a solid block on it. On top of this sticky piston, place that with a observer going down. Any transparent block, and I'm going to just use slabs. We're going to place it down, throw dust on it and a torch on the side of that. And now, anytime that the system has the shulker open, which is sitting right here, anytime the system has the shulker open, it's going to close. Once it closes, it fires, and if there's nothing in it, it's going to activate this observer. So, with that set up, now let's switch it over to the loader. So same exact setup with this part, and this is where it can get useful. Okay, so now I'm going to place a transparent block here because I don't want, when this is activated, to pop it at all. A solid block on there, a sticky piston on the bottom of that, and a solid block. A solid block on top of there, a torch, a dust, and a torch and another torch underneath that, so that when this is full, this torch goes off and goes there. So if you're going to just use a full power, just redstone block, dust. If you're going to use an alternate power, you come over onto this side and dust, solid block under here, and I'm just going to use a chest. No, let's switch that for a barrel. This is the nice thing, is you can actually use this section for something completely different. And then we can just load it up. Let's say you have to have more than that. You can have it set. You can have it set to any level you want. And again, it's set up, and then we'll just move the button over to here. Grab this, so that if we happen to have more than that, it's going to go and stay. And you can break it at any point, which is what the button's for. And as you can see, the item's still there. Now, how do we do the collection? Well, that's simple. Grab yourself a hopper, come down, and this hopper can go anywhere you want, into any system you want. And to be able to activate afterwards, we're going to stick an observer underneath the dispenser, a solid block under the dispenser, and a comparator coming out. So anytime an item goes through this hopper, it's going to activate the dispenser. So there is no confusing timings. It keeps it nice and clean. And then all we have to do is block it off. Grab any type of rail you want, throw it there, and place it there. Now, if I throw a shulker box in there, take and put this shulker box, break it. There we go. It didn't. It stayed on the head of the piston for a moment, but as soon as it did, it was close. So we get those and take them out and go anywhere you want. And decorate this however you want. And again, like I said, it's two systems separated by a 1 block gap. That's it. This gap right here, here's one of them, and here's the other. That 1 block gap is crucial to be able to use this. And that is because we want to make sure that some things don't get powered by other things. And also item transportation too. Far more crucial. But yeah, so, and this tripwire hook here is part of that too. This, you don't have to use, like I said, the middle one, you don't have to use a solid block, a redstone conductive, you just have to use a block that can hold a tripwire hook. Glass is over there. So, and there we go. That's both of them utilizing the major part of the same system. Collection system's easy, and you can flip this around where the dispenser's on the other side. And you have to be able to, when it's open, that's the tricky one right over there. The loader is, the unloader is a little more tricky because of having to pulse it afterwards. So, and like I said, there's this. This part I'm actually going to be using for my binary sorter. Adjusted. That's why it's adjustable. But you know what, you guys? Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you liked it, leave a like. If you have any questions or comments, leave it down in the comment section. If it's a major issue, I recommend joining my Discord. Link to that will be in the description. But you guys, this is the Redstone Wizard. Enjoy building.